Hello, it's Andrew, and in this video I want to continue a series about running the Docker with PHP applications, to run PHP applications with Docker. And in this video I want to show you how to properly install Composer dependencies in your PHP application. So I prepared a very simple example, pushed it to GitHub, so let's go through the project and let's see what's going on. This is our project, and I have the app folder where we have the actual application code, and I have the Docker folder where I have a Dockerfile and a shell script for installing Composer. And also in the root directory, I have Docker ignore file, I have git ignore, Docker compose YAML, some license, and this README file. Okay, so the basic idea is that I want to run Composer install when I'm building my image. So when the container is running, I wanna just use my application. I don't want to go inside the container and run Composer install here. So the main goal is to run Composer install during the build. And also I've added some cache feature which adds us let's say possibility to not reinstall Composer packages after each update of our application code. So let's go through the Dockerfile and let's see what we have here. So the first line is that we use this PHP 8.2 Apache image as our base image. And then we copy this Composer install shell script from the Docker folder to this file into our container. Then we install our Composer. This part is getted from the Composer installation guide. So if we go to the Composer web page, here we will see that it's just a way of how to install Composer programmatically here. So this is just so I've just put this this part to my Composer installer shell script, as you see. So this is one-to-one copy. Basically we install here zip unzip to let Composer unzipping packages. Then we add this executive permission to Composer install file. Then we run Composer install. So we basically run this inside the container. Then we move Composer PAR file. Also we add all executive permissions to bin Composer and just print Composer version just to ensure that the Composer installed. And now we have this interesting part, which is cache Composer dependencies. But let's move forward, and then we'll come back here in a few moments. Then we add our project, so we add application folder and set that work dir is this folder, and then just run Composer install. Now let's talk about this caching. The idea is that if you are familiar with Docker layer system, it means that if something change in the layer, everything which on this layer and below the layer should be rebuilt. So for example, without this stuff, any change in your application code will do that when you will do that, your composer should be installed every time after building. And because this is a layer and this layer is upper than this layer. But when we create this temporary folder and put everything here, then run composer install and remove these temporary files, with this command, we installed these packages and then we just removed it. But on this stage, our composer will use them and it will run much more faster. And because of composer JSON, composer log files, they don't change, you know, every time and very often. So this is a good idea, just to put it upper, run it, and then when we change something in our application code, this layer will be cached, and during the build there will be no installation of composer packages. Okay, so this, we talked about this already. So we add our app folder, we set this fork directory and run composer install. And now let's see this Docker ignore file. So this is a file which will be ignored when we use this when we use this add files to the project. So when we add app folder, this vendor folder will be ignored. And in git ignore file, I'm just add this also to ignore some project files. And let's see what we have in our composer JSON. So here I just add some package to demonstrate that package is installed. And here I call this. So let's down my container and let's run it one more time. So let's do docker compose down. Now let's ensure that there is no containers. This is my old container, which we used on my previous video about how to Dockerize PHP application. And now just let's run docker compose up. And let's see what's going on. So everything is created and we have our Apache file, our Apache server running. So let's refresh it. Yeah, and we have this time. Now, let's stop it. Docker pause piece. Okay, hope we don't have our container. And now let's, for example, add something to our application, just for our index PHP. So let's echo, for example, hello. And let's do docker compose up and -- build -d. So now you see that here we see these layers, and this layer is cached and composer install is cached. So this composer install is very fast, and only these layers will execute it from the scratch. Now we have this echo hello here, of course. And for example, if we remove this part, so if we remove this, so now and then this will run more slowly. Let's check it. I'm not sure that it will run more slowly because we have only one package, but that's the idea. Okay, let's do docker. Let's do docker compose down. And now let's do docker compose up dash dash build d. So now we run everything. Yeah, and now we see that this cached and composer install is take 1.4 seconds. And now let's change application, for example. So let's add another line here. And let's rebuild the package. Let's rebuild the container. And now you see that we have this 1.2 because every time we install packages, every time. But when we have this caching layer here, so then we use this cached version until we, of course, change composer.json file. So let's docker compose down everything and let's rebuild. In the description below the video, I put the link to the repository, so you can download it, you can play with it, you can ask any question you want. Hope I help you. This is Docker Compose file, so it's pretty trivial. So we have only one service up. Here we put the path to our Dockerfile. And this is mapping of the volumes, so everything from the app folder will be mapped to this path inside the container. And this is how port exposing looks like. So thank you for watching. So please subscribe to the channel, write your comments, write suggestions about the videos you want to see, and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.